my presentation is on Haenyo, or the one that I don't know. Okay. Jeju Island. Jeju Island is a self-governing province about 53 miles from mainland South Korea. Historically, it was used as a penal colony, but that was a long time ago. More recently, on the island itself, there's been a lot of development since 1960, and that's with mostly South Korea. It's a volcanic island, and because of its volcanic nature, it's very mineral rich and provides a lot of nutrients for the growth of sea life, and that's what the Haenyo harvest. And the Haenyo are women divers, and they are often referred to, or as, not often, they've been referred to as grandmothers of the sea. Now there are only a few of them that are under the age of 30. The youngest is 24 years old. Many divers are well into their 60s, and there are reports of divers being in their 80s before they stop diving. And that's when you can't dive any longer. And one of the things I read, it's very, very difficult for a diver to stop diving. And as who they are. Why do the women dive? In the 1800s, men did most of the diving, and women did the work. But diving wasn't practical. There was really, really high taxation on the products brought in by men and being sold. And so they're like, well, why dive when it's basically a loss? And women realized that there was a loophole and that they could do the diving and sell products and avoid taxes. It's interesting, this Confucian society, men doing all the work, and then women figured, hey, we can do this and support our families. I've read in a couple different places that the more fat the women have, the thicker fat the women have under their skin is helpful too, because they were able to go out and dive for longer than men were. During the winter, recently, I don't remember when, but in the last couple decades, they started using wetsuits, and that's increased their dive time by lots. And in the winter, I think we can go out and dive for about 2 hours at a time before coming back to shore and warming up. When before they had wetsuits, they could only go for about half an hour. And during the summer, they can dive for 4 or 5 hours at a time with their wetsuits, and before it's about 3 hours, 2.5 feet. Continuing why they dive, for food, to be consumed, and themselves, and also to sell, mainly to sell. feet in length and about 450 pounds. That's like the size of a male African lion. Really, really big. And these aren't extremely poisonous, but the pain that's caused from them can make it really difficult to swim and cause numbness. And when you're in the water, that can lead to that. Side note, I think the most poisonous jellyfish is actually really small. I don't remember where it is. And shark attacks aren't really common. One of the accounts I read was about a woman who got cut while she was diving, and she lost a lot of blood while in the water, and that led a shark to her, and then she was, or person died. And social issues. Oh, okay. This one. So I'm talking about cerebral hypoxia in a minute. Social issues caused by it. In a Confucian society, when women now have control over the income, like unity control over it, they can like stash stuff away if their husband wants to like say, hey, this is mine. Like, oh yeah, sure, have this. And they really have their own. It could cause, I read an account where it seemed like the men were having a really hard time dealing with that. I think that maybe it's not that bad, but I don't really know. There was a lot more articles on just what they collect, and not so many on the social issues that can stem from the women being the providers. But with that, men, there's accounts of them drinking more and gambling away what they can take from their women, and it's just disappointing, or not disappointing, it's sad. It's disappointing too. Very sad issue. Now there's a decline, really, really huge decline in female divers. This is because of sorry. A few decades ago, they're always hard workers. The Korean work ethic is really incredible. And the women realized that they could send off, they could earn enough and send their daughters away to get schooling, which they weren't able to get. And many of them succeeded in this. And because of that, their daughters went got an education, and like there are other easier ways to earn money and earn a lot more money than how the mothers put them through college. There are one of the things that they are able to do is the areas that daughters are able to work in is tourism. Tourism is really high all over Korea, and especially in Jeju. On Jeju. And that's also true with men. Their daughters are able to find work there, and also in Seoul and other areas of Korea. The husbands of the Haenyo are able to find work in the tourism industry, and with that, there's not as great a need for the women to earn money. A friend of mine describes the Haenyo as national treasures, and I agree. I think there's something really powerful about women who are so devoted to this way of life, and it becomes such a part of them that they will dive until they can't dive anymore, until they're really, really old, and it's really incredible. And but there's not very many of them left. Oh, numbers. In the 60s, there was about 30,000 of them, and now there's only about 5,000. And there might be, I don't know if that's just the ones that are registered in the as divers, maybe they're registered or something. But there's been a really, really sharp decline. they go through, and then like when they're in their 20s, they can become a real diver. So it was really cool to read about her becoming a diver. Just some pictures. But that was a really neat picture. That was cool. Yeah, more pictures of what they find. This is Haenyo warming up around a campfire with her friends also in front of the camera. This is what they used to wear. I don't know. They used to wear cloth, cotton suits, and also I've heard accounts of them like even diving mostly nude. That's really close to being naked in a really cold sea. Until they have their wetsuits. Doesn't provide very much protection. Sorting her sea urchins. Beautiful picture. And that's it. That I think. I thought I had one. There. Sorry, I believe that is approximately everything that I found. Does anyone have any questions? Yes.
So was the youngest diver, was she like one of the granddaughters of him, or how?
Yes, I believe so. It was not, I couldn't find a really in-depth article. If I could read Korean, I think I could probably find more, but I'm not very far into that yet. One of the areas I read is that only those who are direct descendants of Haenyo are able to become registered divers. And I thought that was really neat, but at the same time, it's kind of problematic. I don't know how many women would want to devote their lives to a really, really difficult job when they can do other easier things. But if they wanted to, and they weren't related to it, then they couldn't do that. They can't do that. So I think that's kind of sad. Just I don't know, so straight. I remember back to like physical problems. The cerebral something lack of oxygen caused by being under the water for a long time and like shooting up too fast, messing with your brains. That can cause blackouts, which I think is not a good thing, and also other physical damage. You can die from it, and you can have like lasting numbness and also like paralyzation. It's not, I don't think it's too common for that to happen. This definitely happened, and also headaches, like severe headaches, migraines, and really frequent recurrences of those as a side effect from junior improper diving. Oh, yeah, they don't use any other equipment aside from their suit and their mask and they have a weighted belt that they wear, and their catch net is hooked on a buoy and then marks their spot so they can cook the stuff in.
So they're free diving, they're not